everybody, welcome just briefly here from Shenango Recreation Area, Shenango River Lake, Corps of Engineers campground. And for several years now, I've been trying to find an affordable place to camp out in western Pennsylvania. For whatever reason, this one we overlooked, but it seems like a really nice campground. Seems like it's probably a very popular campground in the summer, wouldn't you think?
I would think so. It's really big, 330 sites, so a lot of space.
A lot of them without power. Some of the better sites actually are ones without power. And it is open year-round, so if you're looking for a winter camping option, then this is a good spot for you for sure. And the reason for looking for a western Pennsylvania campground, it seems state parks out this way just don't have them. And there's several state parks out here that I want to visit. McConnells Mill State Park, being supposedly one of the best in Pennsylvania, is been on my hot list, so that's where we're headed just now. We're going to take you there and we're going to tell you if it's worth all the hype and is actually one of the top Pennsylvania state parks. Alright my friends, welcome to McConnells Mill State Park, one of the premier state parks in Pennsylvania, featuring an old mill, a covered bridge, and waterfalls galore. And so it should have all the ingredients of a fun-filled day. We're going to start here somewheres, and we're going to take the Kildoo trail, which is like a 3-mile loop. Then it looks like there's an offshoot from that to Breakneck Falls. So that's kind of the plan for today. And yeah, let's get to it. Friends, so just like yesterday at Lantern Man's Mill, they have a dam behind me and it holds back the water, and then there's a gate here, so when the mill is open and running, they would open this gate and the water's going to flow into the mill, where inside here you'll find a water wheel, and that's what they would use to grind corn or other such things into grain. And just like at Lantern Man's yesterday, we have a covered bridge just downstream from the mill. So these are old historic locations, and covered bridges are such a big part of history in the early days of the United States. That was how all the bridges were. And so really it just promotes this picturesque setting here. But yeah, this is none other than McConnells Mill, and what a great location to start our journey here around the Kildoo Trail. I think if I was to rate the two, this one versus Lantern Man's, I kind of do like the setting at Lantern Man's a little bit better. The taller waterfall and the deep like plunge pool and the gorge it creates. But this is pretty cool nonetheless. Now, the trail to come down the stairs from the parking area we were at was closed for whatever reason. But I do think driving down this road, there's not really parking here, but you kind of come like through a cave driving down the road. So it's kind of unique. An awesome spot. We got to catch up to Rachel and William though. They're walking down the way. Now this bridge here at McConnells Mill is not a burr arch, so it's one of the few bridges actually that I've seen that's not a burr arch. The one thing you will note is the outside is painted red, which is a pretty typical thing, and the inside here is white, which is really nice. Provides a nice bright space for me to film for you. But definitely a unique structure. I forget what this one's called, but I'll put it in the bottom of the video here so you'll know. And it's not a king post or queen post, I don't believe. So this is kind of unique. I really don't think I've ever seen another one like this one here. And as you can see, right over there is McConnells Mill from the bridge. It is raining just a little bit, so excuse any water droplets that may be on the lens, but I think the Kildoo trail goes down from here on the other side, so we're gonna concentrate on getting to it and keeping dry. Okay. Let's keep on.
Oh, that's a grist mill wheel. It's part of what helps do the grinding. The mill's clear up there, so it probably came down in a flood or something.
Well, how far away are we?
I don't know.
Like a couple hundred yards?
More than that. Probably close to a half mile.
So far, this trail here at McConnells Mill, Kildoo Trail, is really pretty awesome. We're down here with these neat looking rocks with ferns growing on them and hemlock trees above and around us. I mean, come on. Water flowing. It's pretty special, I want to say. Now, it's kind of a dreary day, but at least it's not raining currently. It was a little bit when we were up there. I think they're on calling for like 3 or 4 hundredths of an inch. So we should be good as far as staying dry goes, and hopefully the hemlock canopy helps us out there too. So we're working our way closer to what will be the Breakneck Falls Trail. But as you can see, somewhere up on the hillside behind me, there's all sorts of water flowing down. This would be kind of like an unnamed waterfall. Probably very seasonal. It seems like they must have had a lot of rain here recently, plus snow melt and stuff. But a lot of water flowing off the hillside here. Kildoo Falls, which is the first waterfall we've seen, is really flowing, so I imagine you don't always get to see it quite like that. This trail so far has been really awesome, and yeah, let's go find Breakneck Falls. friends, we have made it to Breakneck Falls, which is kind of the highlight of this adventure here at McConnells Mill. I assume it's named Breakneck Falls just because there's a high possibility that you could break your neck by climbing up here. As you can see, the terrain is pretty challenging. Let me get down here and then I'll tell you some more. But yeah, we were lucky enough to have it all by ourselves, and some people just got up here, but it's a beautiful waterfall, truly unique, and just, I don't know, exceeds expectations for sure. Now our goal is to get off this Breakneck Falls trail back to the bridge, and then scamper on up back the Kildoo trail to get back to the truck. So we'll hopefully show you anything exciting we see along the way, and yeah, it's been real here at McConnells Mill, but I do think we're gonna hurry on back. So just a friendly reminder to check your tire pressures before your first trip of the season. Mine, I've gotten so used to relying on the TPMS system, and if there was a problem, you know, go down the road and stop. But yeah, these were a little low when we started out at the house, and they're probably even worse now, just because it's a lot colder today than it was when we were gearing up to go on Thursday, I guess it was. And for those of you who are interested in some of our early and late season camping habits, I've got the fresh tank drain completely open, so that's draining out. And you should probably do that even in the summer between trips. Don't leave water just festering in your fresh tank. That's no good. And then on this side, over by the dump, I've got the low point drains open, and I opened up a sink inside, so that should clear most of the water out of the PEX lines inside the camper, because I'm not going to re-winterize this. I'm not going to blow anything out again or anything. We do store ours inside, so it's a little bit out of the elements. It does stay a little bit warmer in the garage than it would if you stored it outside. If you're storing it outside and you want to camp in the spring, you might want to hook your air compressor up and blow things out, which we may be doing in the future. But yeah, for now, this works fine. Just open them up, open up a sink inside, and do that before you leave the campground, so on the drive home, there's plenty of bouncing around and the water should all make its way to the low points. So what did you think of Shenango and McConnells Mill and the trip?
I really liked the campground. It was not as well maintained as the outflow, which was another Corps of Engineers that we've been to, but very, very nice setting. So I would like to go back someday.
I think it was a good would be a good place to go in the summer.
Yeah. McConnells Mill was really pretty too. Again, that was a state park that's not been super well maintained, but the setting was really pretty, so it was definitely worth the visit.
Yeah, I think McConnells Mill makes my case even stronger that we shouldn't be adding Pennsylvania state parks. It would be great if we put some dollars into the ones that we already have, especially ones like that where it could be a real destination. Be nice to see a campground there too. Like I said, camping, affordable camping in the western Pennsylvania area is really hard to find, which is how we came to find Shenango. So friends, that's it for this episode, and we will see you in a couple weeks. I'm sure we're headed to Holly River State Park down in West Virginia, and all our West Virginia adventures always seem to be a good time, so we're really looking forward to that.